Sick of all the hype around electric cars and their promise of a cleaner future? Well, Hyundai just flipped the script with some exciting news. They've launched a groundbreaking hydrogen combustion engine, the N74 fuel cell, that's set to shake up the automotive world. Say goodbye to just gasoline engines. Hydrogen is stepping into the spotlight. This powerhouse engine not only delivers impressive performance and efficiency, but also slashes harmful emissions, taking a big leap forward in the fight against climate change. Think of it as the superhero of engines, ready to protect the planet mile by mile. With Hyundai's CEO unveiling this eagerly awaited innovation, everyone's buzzing to see it in action. Imagine the roar of a powerful engine minus the pollution. Now that's what I call a win-win. In this video, we're diving deep into Hyundai's cutting-edge hydrogen engine, exploring its mind-blowing performance, eco-friendly benefits, and what the future might hold. Who knows? Hydrogen-powered rides might soon be cruising down your street. Unlike traditional electric vehicles burdened with heavy batteries, hydrogen fuel cell cars are sleek and eco-friendly. They use a fuel cell stack that combines hydrogen with oxygen from the air to generate electricity. And the best part? Their only exhaust is pure water vapor. Yes, you're literally driving while watering the planet. Don't let the technical talk scare you off. While hydrogen is technically an energy carrier, you can think of it as a revolutionary new fuel. And just like gas stations, hydrogen fueling stations are popping up everywhere. Even better, filling up takes just about 5 minutes, no more waiting around for hours. Plus, hydrogen vehicles could offer greater driving ranges, letting you cruise coast to coast without constant fill-ups. With plans to expand hydrogen power to all kinds of vehicles, from sedans and SUVs to trucks, Hyundai is boldly paving the way for a hydrogen-powered future. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I've never seen a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle on the road. And that's because they're still a bit rare, with only around 15,000 on US roads as of mid-2022. But fear not, California is leading the charge with a network of retail hydrogen fueling stations, and Hyundai is committed to investing in infrastructure to make this technology more accessible to consumers. You know what the most common element in the universe is? It's hydrogen. But don't let its pure and innocent atomic state fool you. Hydrogen is always looking for some action, and always ready to bond with anyone and everyone in sight. And you know what? That makes it a great energy carrier. With the world's focus shifting towards reducing carbon emissions, hydrogen has emerged as a major player in the decarbonization of transportation. And that's where Hyundai comes in. They're not just working on developing an entire ecosystem for hydrogen fuel production, storage, and transportation. They're also making it more accessible and affordable for US common folk. Hydrogen combustion engines have some serious potential, folks. They emit no carbon dioxide or any harmful exhaust out of their tailpipes, just water vapor. And the best part? You won't have to worry about charging time, as it only takes about 5 minutes to refuel them for another 300 to 400-mile adventure. But wait, there's more. The hydrogen combustion engine can be used in a wider range of applications beyond transportation. It can be used in power generation, marine propulsion, and even in the aviation industry. That's right, the possibilities are endless. And you know what's even cooler? Hyundai's investment in this technology is expected to be a catalyst for other car manufacturers to step up and invest in similar technology. This will lead to more competition and innovation in the market, which will ultimately benefit us, the consumers. As you may know, traditional fossil fuels are a major contributor to air pollution and climate change, but with hydrogen fuel becoming more widely available and affordable, we could be looking at a game changer. Not only would it help reduce emissions, but it would also reduce our dependence on foreign oil. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hydrogen combustion engines are still a new technology, and there are some challenges that need to be addressed. Vehicles in the near future? Well, Hyundai's hydrogen combustion engine is a real game changer in the quest to reduce emissions and combat climate change. The Paris Agreement has set some pretty lofty goals, calling for a reduction in global greenhouse gas emissions to keep the global temperature increase below 2 degrees Celsius. But with technologies like the hydrogen combustion engine, we might actually be able to achieve those goals. Now, some of you may be thinking, but what about electric cars? They're the future, right? Well, yes and no. While EVs are undoubtedly great for the environment, they have one significant advantage over hydrogen cars. You can't just refuel or recharge them at home overnight. That means hydrogen drivers are dependent on both a reliable supply of the gas itself and an available fueling station. And let's be real. There aren't nearly as many hydrogen fueling stations as there are gas stations. But here's the thing, hydrogen fuel is renewable. Unlike fossil fuels, which are non-renewable and will eventually run out, hydrogen fuel can be produced from a wide range of sources, such as water, biomass, and wind power. That makes it a sustainable energy source in the long term. And that's not the only advantage of the hydrogen combustion engine over traditional gasoline and diesel engines. Of course, there is one big downside to hydrogen fuel: the cost. Right now, a kilogram of hydrogen costs between $10 and $17 at California hydrogen stations, which works out to about $5 to $8.50 per gallon of gasoline. Ouch! But fear not, because Honda, Hyundai, and Toyota are all offering their lessees and buyers free hydrogen fuel for various periods. It's a step in the right direction, and honestly, we're excited to see where this technology takes us. So there you have it, the future's looking bright with hydrogen and Hyundai really leading the charge. Sure, there are still some challenges to overcome, but with determination and innovation, we might just be able to achieve a truly sustainable future. Now, some of you may be thinking, but what about electric cars? They're the future, right? Well, yes and no. While EVs are undoubtedly great for the environment, they have one significant advantage over hydrogen cars. You can't just refuel or recharge them at home overnight. That means hydrogen drivers are dependent on both a reliable supply of the gas itself and an available fueling station, and let's be real, there aren't nearly as many hydrogen fueling stations as there are gas stations. But here's the thing, hydrogen fuel is renewable. Unlike fossil fuels such as gasoline and diesel, which are finite and will eventually be depleted, hydrogen can be produced using a wide array of sustainable methods. This gives it a significant edge when it comes to long-term energy security. So, one of the most common and promising sources for hydrogen is water. Through a process called electrolysis, water can actually be split into hydrogen and oxygen using electricity. Now, when this electricity comes from renewable sources like solar, wind, or hydropower, the resulting hydrogen is considered completely green and environmentally friendly. This makes hydrogen not just renewable but also a clean energy carrier that does not contribute to greenhouse gas emissions during production, if done sustainably. In addition to water, hydrogen can also be derived from biomass, organic materials such as agricultural waste or wood chips. This method of hydrogen production repurposes waste material that would otherwise decompose and release methane, a potent greenhouse gas, into the atmosphere. Hydrogen can even be extracted through steam methane reforming, though this method is less eco-friendly unless paired with carbon capture technology. Nonetheless, the flexibility in how hydrogen can be sourced makes it a versatile solution for countries and companies looking to transition away from fossil fuels. Moreover, hydrogen fuel has a significant advantage over battery electric systems when it comes to storage and refueling times. While electric vehicles need time to charge and often depend on critical raw materials like lithium and cobalt, hydrogen fuel cell or hydrogen combustion vehicles can be refueled in just a few minutes, similar to filling up a traditional gas tank. This makes them ideal for applications in heavy-duty transport, shipping, and aviation, where downtime is costly and weight is a critical factor. But it doesn't end there. Hydrogen combustion engines, unlike traditional gasoline and diesel engines, emit only water vapor as a byproduct. That's right, no CO2, no carbon monoxide, and no unburned hydrocarbons. This means they offer the performance and familiarity of internal combustion engines, but with a much cleaner environmental footprint. They also maintain much of the infrastructure and mechanical design of traditional engines, making it easier for manufacturers to adapt existing platforms rather than developing entirely new vehicle architectures, as is required with battery electric systems. In summary, hydrogen fuel is not just renewable, it's revolutionary. It has the potential to reshape entire industries, drastically reduce environmental harm, and offer a sustainable, efficient, and practical path forward for global energy needs. As innovation continues and the cost of hydrogen production decreases, the hydrogen combustion engine is quickly becoming one of the most promising alternatives to fossil fuel-based transportation.